Law enforcement sources are expecting the feds to widen the Diddy probe to include previous criminal investigations. Now, we know Diddy was criminally investigated regarding that shooting in New York, but I didn't realize the extent of J-Lo's involvement.
After Jennifer Lopez was dragged into the Diddy lawsuit over allegedly being the gun mule in a 1999 nightclub shooting where Diddy and J-Lo allegedly made a rapper named Shine take the fall and spend 10 years in prison for them, people have started digging into her past, and it raises some questions.
For the past quarter of a century, he's vehemently denied that he was responsible, even though I knew wholeheartedly, and as so many others who were in the club that night, we all knew he was responsible.
Why is Jennifer Lopez nowhere to be found while Diddy's whole empire is crumbling? Because she might just be hiding something huge. Cassie's testimony has cracked open a vault of dark secrets, and Jennifer Lopez's name is all up in the mess. We're talking guns, framing innocent people, secret marriages to dodge courtrooms, and even whispers of her being at those notorious freak-off parties. We are unpacking the dirty past that could take J-Lo down with Diddy, and trust me, this is one for the books and you don't want to miss. Let's start with the moment that reignited the firestorm. Cassie Ventura, Diddy's ex, finally had her day in court, and what she shared was heartbreaking. In tears, she revealed how Diddy once handed her a loaded weapon before entering a club in LA, but this wasn't a random act. According to her, this was a pattern, a method. Diddy allegedly used his girlfriends as pawns, putting them in dangerous situations to protect himself.
When she was on the stand, at times she became visibly upset, wiping away tears as she gave her evidence.
Now, flashback to 1999. J-Lo and Diddy were that couple, glamorous, powerful, untouchable, but behind the glitz, something ugly was brewing. According to Rodney Lil Rod Jones's lawsuit, Jennifer Lopez allegedly smuggled a gun into a New York nightclub for Diddy the night 3 people got shot. One of the victims, Natanya Rubin, was literally hit in the face.
Puffy's in front of a concrete wall, J-Lo is in front of a bulletin board in some old t-shirts. Now, I want everyone to think that was the night of the shooting. You don't think at Christmas time, Puffy and J-Lo went out in some old raggedy t-shirts, right? No, there was already a agenda afoot to conceal what they had on, to try to sway the minds of people.
And here's the real kicker. Shine Barrow, the rapper who ended up taking the fall, has always said he was set up. After the shots rang out that night, J-Lo and Diddy were arrested, but somehow only Shine went down. Now, Diddy's driver actually testified that J-Lo named Shine as the shooter, and if that's true, that means she didn't just smuggle the gun, she allegedly helped frame an innocent man. And don't get it twisted, Shine served 10 years. A whole decade behind bars, while J-Lo and Diddy kept living lavish. Red carpets, award shows, movie deals.
Tell me, what's the most expensive? So you're presenting.
Shine's been vocal about this for years, saying Diddy is fake and that he was betrayed. And get this, Gene Deal, Diddy's former security chief, once claimed Diddy said he hated Shine. So if this was a setup, it's very on brand.
Let us not lose sight of what the cold hard facts are. This was not someone who I vacationed with and who he and I enjoyed this great intimate relationship of brotherhood. This is someone who destroyed my life.
Puff said, I hate that motherfucker blatantly. He told me that. And that's when they was on trial with each other.
But we're not done. Diddy didn't just let the court system run its course. He handpicked the people who testified. Word on the street is some of those witnesses were trained, some were paid, some might have even been jurors who got a little bonus under the table. And according to multiple insiders, J-Lo was in on it.
Puff had witnesses that come in to testify against Shine and say they saw Shine do the shooting.
So ask yourself, if this was just about protecting yourself, why go to these lengths? Why point fingers? Why risk it all unless you were already deep in the mess? Let's talk about a detail that slipped through the cracks, a possible secret marriage. Jaguar Wright spilled that J-Lo and Diddy may have gotten married around that same time. But don't get excited, this wasn't about love, it was legal strategy. See, if J-Lo was Diddy's wife, she couldn't be forced to testify against him in court. It's a legal protection used by couples in very shady situations. And apparently it worked. J-Lo never took the stand, never had to explain anything, and Diddy got to keep all his secrets sealed shut. Mission accomplished.
And then there's also the rumor that got covered up very quick on why she didn't testify at the trial on Diddy's behalf or anyone's behalf for that matter. Rumor has it they got secretly married. so she didn't have to testify.
Now we gotta address the elephant in the room, Diddy's infamous freak-off parties. According to lawsuits and first-hand accounts, these events were filled with substances, physical harm, and even younger people being taken advantage of. Reports say J-Lo was there. One lawsuit claims that a major female celeb witnessed a 13-year-old being assaulted at one of these parties. They didn't name her, but J-Lo's name started popping up in those same documents. Even worse, a woman named Misha came forward with a gut-wrenching story. She said she was harmed at one of these parties, and J-Lo was there, watching. According to Misha, they made eye contact during the assault. Misha said she begged her with her eyes for help, and what did J-Lo do? Nothing. No words, no protection, just watched.
I remember he did what he did to me, and then when it was time for Jennifer Lopez, she was there with a guy, and he was standing there looking disgusted, but didn't nobody save me. She stuck that glass in me, and after that, my eyes were booked the whole time.
Her ex-husband, Ojani Noah, revealed this years ago, and it was a whole scandal. He claimed J-Lo wasn't just casually showing up to these events. He said she was deep in it. He even said she should be questioned about the rumored tapes linked to Diddy and his inner circle. According to him, she knew exactly what went down at those parties, and she didn't seem too bothered by it. And get this, in 2024, 2 law enforcement sources told news outlets that the 1999 nightclub shooting involving J-Lo, Diddy, and Shine might actually get reopened as part of the bigger federal investigation into Diddy. If J-Lo's name is even remotely tied to any of that mess, she could end up in a courtroom real quick. In an interview, Suge Knight came forward with a bombshell claim. He said the real reason J-Lo's marriage to Ben Affleck fell apart wasn't just about distance or growing apart. Suge says the feds allegedly showed Ben a tape of J-Lo and Diddy at one of those infamous freak-off parties.
Suge Knight, he said, baby, he think the reason why Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck broke up because he feels that they had some tapes at Diddy's mansion that showing her in a compromising position.
Suge said that after Ben saw that tape, he couldn't look at her the same. And honestly, can you blame him? Right after the feds raided Diddy's homes, everything between J-Lo and Ben started crumbling fast. No more couple appearances, no more hand-holding on red carpets. She started showing up solo, the body language office cold, almost like there was a secret neither of them could say out loud. Now you might be wondering, why haven't we heard more about this until now? Well, J-Lo has always had a PR machine behind her. She's rebranded so many times you'd think she was running from something. From actress to singer to rom-com queen to beauty mogul, each reinvention came right after a scandal. She kept her image clean while the people around her took the fall, and every time Diddy's name got hot, she ran, silent, vanished. Which brings us to now. Since Diddy's lawsuit started rolling in, and let's be clear, we're talking multiple accusations from multiple people, Jennifer Lopez has been MIA. No press, no events, no casual paparazzi strolls, nothing. And now we know why. She's not just dodging the drama, she might be protecting herself. With Cassie's testimony confirming Diddy's gun games and Lil Rod calling her out by name, the walls are closing in. If Diddy goes down, J-Lo may not be far behind. But I want to hear from you. What do you think? Is J-Lo guilty or just caught up in Diddy's mess? Should she be held accountable, or was she another victim? Sound off in the comments below, like and subscribe for more deep dives, and don't forget to turn on the notifications because this story is far from over.